All right, there we go.
You got it?
Hold on. It says going live. Okay.
You use the hot spot.
I'm using my hotspot. How does it say error? Please try again later. We good to go too.
And when you get back here, we gotta put it on thing. It's right.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Do you want us to come in? I want Lottie and
Or she gonna try to connect me like she did with Mike.
everybody else come in. I told you to get them sitting first. Yeah, on your Facebook. Go ahead. Go live on your Facebook. I'm about to go live on Instagram and then on the other one.
Oh gosh.
You did great, Maya. Your episode.
I feel bad. Everybody else in there crying and saying touch and stuff.
No, yours
Yes.
is. No, it's great. Very real. Everybody else. Scoot a little closer to the center.
This way? Yeah.
Yes.
Try to project. Mom, come on, please. Project, because the microphones are pick up the YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're like, I've been a victim
Yeah.
of the sound.
I'm like, what are they saying?
Yeah, you put these on.
Miss Pamela Robinson.
Please.
You in the hot seat today.
Okay. I need to go live on that.
Oh, this is stressful.
I need to hear you guys. Come on.
We're waiting on Pam.
You told me to go live, so that's what we're trying to do.
All right, tell them to be quiet. So go ahead. You talk.
We are live from the podcast studio.
Talk to everybody.
We are live from the podcast studio. Hello, hello. We are here with Miss Juanita Marty. Y'all know Marty, right? We just interviewed Marty for episode number 9 of our Beyond the Ropes podcast. If you did not see it, then please go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and watch the interview where Marty tells us a little bit about where she grew up and where her sweet personality started to develop. And then she got jokes after that. Lots of jokes. Watch the YouTube. Right now we are ready to ask Marty some questions, get to know her a little bit better. What you got to say, Miss Marty?
About my interview?
Do we have questions or do y'all want me to ask questions?
Oh, Lord.
Someone said hi and they saw you guys on Sherry Shepherd's.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, they showed the rerun today. How was it? I missed it.
I know one thing I noticed. Thank God I get out and do my 10K a day steps because I sure have slimmed down from when I did that interview some months ago. That's what
That's a good thing.
That's a great thing. Because I was like, oh, Lord.
Okay. Anybody have questions for Miss Juanita Marty? Marty with the body.
We don't stop.
I have a question.
Yes, Nisi.
How are you doing today, Marty?
I'm doing great.
Good. We love you. You already know that. I do. I love you. So, when you were doing your interview and Pam talked about how you try to be hard and you're really not, how would you say 40 plus Double Dutch has enhanced your life? And if you feel like it has, in what ways?
It's interesting. Pam said something. I heard her say, I don't know whose interview it was with. It might have been her interview. the first podcast, and she said she felt like I'm grown, like I don't need no more friends. I was kind of like how Pam was. I was like, all the friends I got, that's all the friends I'm gonna have. I'm not collecting any more friends. And of course, we know that did not happen. So I do think it made me more open in some ways because I was kind of like good on friends. So I think it did make me more open to befriending more people than I probably would have. And again, I'm not really a hugger, and you forced to hug people at Double Dutch. So especially Katrina. Katrina gonna make you hug her, and she'll stand there in your face until you hug her. So yeah, it's changed me in some ways. Like I ain't gonna say completely changed me, but in that space, I'm more open in that space. Only in that space.
Only in that space.
Any other questions? Questions from the floor?
Marty, how do you feel you were able to identify with some of the other women that have come? Some of them have come and they really just want to stand and stop, which of course Stephanie says is okay. But you sort of want to get them to, you want them to get to know what's going on and feel comfortable about asking questions. And then I think they see you kind of sitting in the back and you kind of see them and you kind of walk up to them, and I think that has helped so many of the newbies, as we call them.
I think being anywhere and being new is hard. And when I first got there, 'cause I pulled up, I think you was the only person there, and I kind of didn't really understand the way things work. But even in the time that I've joined and started coming out, actually participating in the spring of 2020, we've grown a lot from there. So I know, like, sometimes brand ambassadors are busy and captains are busy, or they're jumping and doing other things. So because I can't jump right now, I always try to watch when new people come up so that they feel comfortable, so that we don't have situations people I came out and nobody said anything to me and nobody spoke to me. I know what needs to happen if other people are not available. I kind of like say, you go to the website, order a shirt, you go, tell them how to work the website, where the sub clubs are, just making them feel comfortable. Any questions, anything they need. I think that's important when people are coming somewhere for a first time, because like I said, sometimes, like I said, you never get a second chance to make a first impression, and you don't want people coming out feeling like they came and they didn't have the support or wasn't what they thought it was based on watching us on social media or on TV, whatever situation is. So I try to be cognizant of that.
I think the fact that when I came and you were already there, that really helped me really try to make a point of getting there early, because the new people do come early.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
so
always say
between
that.
the two of us,
Right.
It made it look like, well, at least there's a welcoming group here.
Right.
Whereas even if there was just one, it would be to a new person like, what's up?
Right.
So that we kind
I
of...
still think we're almost always the first people there. Between me, you, and Pam, we're always like at the
And there are
forefront
always
side.
reasons why.
Yeah.
Between the merchandise at the time, there was the merchandise issues,
Right.
and the weather and the parking and the phone calls. So yeah.
So, Marty, where do you see yourself with 40 plus Double Dutch in the future? Where would you like to be with 40 plus Double Dutch?
I'm just continuing where I'm at. Like, however you all choose to grow, I just always want to support it. Whatever Pam forces me to do, because I don't say she asked me. I'm voluntold. I don't get to volunteer. I'm voluntold for things. So whatever she asks me to do, I normally will support it. And even when I don't want to, she'll still put the responsibility on me to do it, and will actually leave town. And so, again, because I understand branding and image, I will still go with it. But yeah, I mean, I think I always see myself being a part of 40 plus, because again, I've actually made some genuine friendships, outside of it. And for a long time, it was like I went to Double Dutch and then I left it. But then, if you get to be there over time, sometimes we live there and we're going out to eat, or we have other events that we go to, or people have things in their home they invite you to. So, I mean, I actually feel like I've made some real connections and real friendships. So I always see myself being a part of 40 plus in some capacity. So, I mean, as long as it continues to grow the way that it is and keeps going, I don't see why I wouldn't be part of it. I think it's a great movement. I do honestly feel like it is a true sisterhood. And you don't always get along with your sisters. You don't always like your sisters, or things happen. But I think we always find a way to come back together, and I think that is important. So, yeah. Yes,
So-
ma'am, Miss Portia.
Hi, Marty.
Hello, Miss Lot.
So when you Hawkins?
Lot Hawkins. I'm sorry. That's what it says on social media. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I was gonna say Lot Hawkins. Okay.
She didn't mean to clearance.
I did.
So- What do you think your daughter and your family, like you said, you have a lot of family members, cousins, extended family, siblings, and then of course you have your daughter, Brianna.
Right.
So do you think they've noticed a difference in you and your outlook on just life in general?
I know they're always talking about me with this double dutch. If they're not talking about me following New Edition or Ralph Tresvant somewhere, they're talking about me with the double dutch. They always say, "Where you going somewhere with that double dutch?" It's so funny. My cousin Abnar said, because I've always been like I said, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I'm not a club person because I don't even like people like that. And he said, truth be told, you turn up more than all of us. Every time I look up you somewhere, you double dutch and you doing this, you doing that. So it has brought opportunities to put me in rooms and situations that I wouldn't have necessarily been. They be like, look, and everybody said, look, like y'all having fun. Because everybody knows my personality. Like, I'm the same no matter work, home, family. The way that I am is the way that I am. I don't switch up. So I do think they see me out having fun and enjoying it. And they be like, that looks like fun. And I be saying to myself, I hope they're not joining with me.
Well, Marty, you gotta share and spread the love, Marty. Don't be like that.
Because you know what's funny? And I always think about this. This is where sometimes I don't want to share. I always share after meetups. I create videos and put things on my page. Then I'll be like, then as people say, I'm joining. I'll be like, oh, God. I was trying to get away from you. I'm being honest. Because just like people, you said you need a break from your husbands, your boyfriends, your kids, your job. Sometimes I want a break from people. So if I'm trying to get a break from you, how you going to join the movement I'm in? And I can't get away from you.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
Marty has brought her cousins, her friends,
Her
her
mom.
mother.
She wants to see what she wants to see.
The people that
She
I
gets
want
to
there.
pick and
If
choose.
I don't personally invite you, don't show up and say that you joined.
Oh boy. We are personally inviting any woman
She
over
is.
the age of 40, especially if you are a friend of Juanita Marty. We want to see you this weekend.
And
And
the
guess what? Marty will be there to welcome you.
People that know me know that's a lie. So they ain't even concerned about it.
Marty, tell them the benefits. What is the benefits of joining 40 plus double
No, I'm no rush. You trying to get me to sell it to people I don't
That's
want.
right. Come on,
What's
this
the
is a
benefit?
commercial.
I don't know
How
how it would
did it
benefit
help
you.
you? How did
I
it
will
help
only
you?
say,
How did it help you?
did it really help me? No, I mean, I like all of the challenges, the 10K day out. It's funny, I tell people when I met Pam, I was on the track walking, but I really wasn't tracking. I would just say, okay, I'm doing 8 laps today, 12 laps today. So I like the little challenges and the things that we do to help support each other, the healthy initiatives, the community initiatives, things that we do within the community. We're going to a women's shelter tomorrow. Those things are important to me. And I like joining things that incorporate things that I already do outside the group because I'm very big on building a community, giving back children, women, seniors, those type of things. So those things I love because I get to jump rope or not jump rope, watch videotape them jump rope, but also things that I do in my extracurricular time outside is because I joined during the pandemic, and prior to the pandemic, I was mentoring girls on the West Side. I was feeding people in South Shore for like 10 years straight. I was doing neighborhood cleanups. I was going down to Pacific Garden Mission downtown, feeding the women, children, and men. So I was regularly doing community service for at least 10 years straight, outside of all the things that I do at my school, outside of my job. So I do like the fact that we are big on community and giving back. That's important to me. So I get to incorporate a lot of things that I love at one time. That's how it helps me, but it might not help you that way.
Okay, so
Good answer.
this is from Facebook Live. Teresa Shackelford says, she seems tough on the outside, but I really think she is mushy on the inside.
She's a whole
That's
marshmallow.
Those are the
So
lies.
Is that true?
Those are
we should call
rumors.
her Marty the Marshmallow.
Those are
Marty
rumors.
the Marshmallow.
Those are
I
rumors
like
that
it.
Pam and Stephanie A. Roberts started. Don't believe the hype.
DJ Goldilocks said you love hanging out by the speakers with me.
Oh, yes.
Acting crazy.
Shelly is a bad influence. DJ Goldilocks, Shelly Edwards is a bad influence on me because she acts up. And so then I act up, and I don't normally act up. Now I will say, hanging out with Shelly, yeah, I act the fool sometimes hanging out with Shelly, and I think it has kind of spread to everybody else. So anytime they see the cameras out, we're making videos, everybody's in the videos acting crazy because they know I'm gonna pull together some type of video later highlighting our foolishness. I do go for the foolishness. That's my favorite part. That is my favorite part. It's not the jumping, it's the foolishness.
So, Marty, what would you say to people who aren't able to jump rope right now?
So you can hula hoop. You can. We do hand games, like all the things that we did as little girls growing up. You know, and sometimes I just walk around. Sometimes we walk the parking lot. It's just line dancing. If you're into line dancing, because everybody can't jump. I hear everybody say, "I got bad knees. I got bad back." We have all these things, so it's a lot of different things you do. As Mama Pelt just like to say, you just got to keep moving. Sometimes I take breaks and sit down, and I get up, I walk around and record. I like to watch other people enjoying themselves and having fun and catching moments. I catch a lot of moments. People don't even know they're doing things, and I like to catch people just naturally having fun or being silly. I'm like, I caught you. I always catch Katrina and like Okila, Shelly doing crazy stuff. Don't look at me like that. You know I didn't caught you acting up, Katrina.
I just want to know if I can have a hug.
No. and Katrina loved acting like she didn't see the camera, but she acted like she
don't.
Katrina be putting on a Broadway production.
Oblivious.
Katrina see a camera.
I do not.
Yes, she does. Yes, she
I
does.
can't help it if you always turning my way.
Mhm.
I don't see you every day.
Katrina was in my camera one day saying, "You be sneaking us." She all in my camera. I didn't even see the camera while she all in the camera.
I'm not gonna have to finish this meeting.
So-
This is off mine.
I got a question. One of our brand ambassadors, Leslie James.
Hey, Leslie.
Hey, Leslie, girl.
She said through all that toughness, you try to show you have a heart of gold. But has 40 plus DDC changed your perception of embracing the love people want to give?
Look at her face.
Unpack that, Bonnie.
What say you?
No.
Stumped her, Leslie.
No.
She said no.
I'm just, again, as I said in the podcast, I like to observe people for a while, and I like to feel people's energy. So you don't always feel everybody's energy the same. But I'm cool and cordial with everybody, but I'm very particular about who I have in my personal space. I embrace some of it. I embrace most of it, but sometimes, I'm Mahdiing. What can I say?
Oh, Mahdiing.
That's what I'm doing. I mean, I one thing about me is I'm honest about who I am, and that's all you can do is respect it. I mean, I am who I am, so I don't know what I'm doing from one minute to the next. So I can't say definitively anything except I have. I'm particular.
So, Marty, I know that during the interview, one of the things you said was that when you were growing up, two of the things that you really loved from your childhood were Jumping Double Dutch and New Edition.
Correct.
So, do you feel that Double Dutch is a part of our culture that is threatening to die with us?
And it's funny because my daughter said to me, and I heard Jordan say it too, that her mother never taught her how to jump. I never taught my daughter how to jump. She was a ballet dancer. And society was just shifting and changing. So I could have taught her, but who was she going to really jump with? Because most girls have stopped jumping and, entering electronics. I do feel like, that's why I do like, Paulette and Lolo have their group, the Jumping Juniors. I think that's great that they have that because it's teaching a new generation to jump. And I've been saying to you, I feel like we need to do something with mothers and daughters where we have our own daughters, come out and jump. Or if you don't have a daughter, bring a niece or something. I'm hoping we're going to do something like that one day. Because I was like, I can't leave this earth and not teach my daughter how to jump. Yeah, I think it's important to protect the culture and things that were just good for us growing up. Just innocent things that we did. I remember being a kid and not being able to wait to get up and go outside and jump rope. And, I don't like being hot, but I still don't like being hot. But I would go outside and jump rope. And so I do hope that that's something that we can pass on, that kids start doing again. And even through us jumping at my school, the athletic director came one day and because they want to teach some of the girls how to jump. And that's like, and they was like, we don't have a rope. He's like, but I know somebody got one. Thank God I keep my ropes in the car. Even though I don't use them, I keep them in the car. And they came and got my rope and brought it back to me. So I do hope that it's something that we can get into. And even I talked about incorporating into gym classes, and maybe it's something that we can do. We can come in once a week or something and teach the middle schoolers how to jump, because they have gym every day. So I do think it's important. I think it's important to protect our culture, because I mean, these are great things that I think we need to continue to pass on, including being a New Edition fan. Okay.
Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Nah.
How much of a fan are you?
I'm just a little bit of a New Edition fan.
A little bit?
A little bit. But it's funny, if you was most of the time you was a little black girl growing up in the 80s, you was a New Edition fan and you jump rope. Like most people I know was some point a New Edition fan. If you're in the if you're 45 to 55, 56 years old, I mean, I don't know too many people that weren't New Edition fans. I don't.
Nor do I.
Yeah. Not if you was a cool kid. No, I'm joking. I'm just joking. I'm just even the little innocent kids was New Edition fans. So that's just part of the culture. That's the way we grew up. I miss the 80s. I think the 80s was part of the best time, for our people, in this country. I just think the 80s was just like, I miss getting up, waiting to see who was going to be on Soul Train. And, like, it was just like, that was just like an innocent time in our lives. It really was. I really hate the way society has shifted. And with social media and phones, have taken away young people being able to communicate and be social. Yeah, and innocence, and you're being exposed to things young that you wouldn't be exposed to, and kids are trying things. And, it's like bringing the outside world into your home. It really is. And it makes me sad sometimes, when I think about young people and how they just have very little innocence because everything is at your fingertips. You can get porn on your cell phone. Unless you got parental controls on your phone, you can get anything on your cell phone. And it's sad that, kids don't get to be kids no more. They don't really play outside. They don't. We'll be starting something new this school year in my school where they have to check their phones at the door. They cannot have their phones during the school day. So we're going to see how that works.
That's a good idea.
Should be interesting.
Yeah.
We went to an event this past weekend, and we were trying to teach some young girls how to do the hand games, like Tweelily. And they weren't really interested, but we were encouraging them to come on over and learn anyway. And one little girl had her phone in her hand. I said, no, can't do that. You got to put that down. And she was like, I do? I'm like, yeah. It'll be okay, though.
Yeah, it becomes part of your, it's like almost a part of your
soul. It's an appendage.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like, we keep our phones with us, but I know when I need to put my phone down, there's just places and spaces you can't have it, and they haven't quite grasped that concept.
Someone asked if you guys did you guys continue jumping from your childhood all these years and stop, or did you guys come back and learn when 140 plus started?
It's a mixture.
Yes, when I left Chicago, when I moved to Georgia, most people in Georgia did not know how to jump rope. When I went there, I was in 8th grade, and most of the kids that I knew did not know how to jump rope. So it stopped for me when I left Chicago, and I never jumped again until I started teaching. And when I first started at my school, I was in middle school. And I went out and jumped with my students, and that was the first time I probably jumped in probably 30 years.
Were you surprised that you still got it? Nah. Like riding a bike.
It's like riding. I probably can jump, but I can ride a bike. I
think for the majority of the women that are in the 40 plus Double Dutch Club, I think most of us had stopped jumping probably when we were in middle school. Because once you get to high school, you trying to hang out with the boys. They not playing rope, right? You trying to go to the football games.
You trying to act like you're grown, but you don't know how to be grown.
Right, so we stopped jumping rope because that was kid stuff for us. And we just stopped. And so a lot of our members hadn't jumped in 20, 30, 40, sometimes 50 years. But they came back. And it might take a couple of times for them to get in there. They tried once and they get in, but they try it again. The third time is the charm, and they realize, I still got this. I can still do this. So a lot of people have told us, oh, I would love to be in your group, but I haven't jumped rope since I was 10 years old. And I'm like, well, come on, join the club,
That's the
literally.
majority.
Because that's what the majority of us say. They have not jumped, but you can still jump. Just get out there.
I
and
got
jump.
I got to work on hula hoop, and I can do the wooden hula hoop. That little lightweight hula hoop. I was like, how was we hula hooping with this thing? Like,
Yeah, we don't do that little lightweight hula hoop
that
anymore.
hula hoop gets stuck on me like
We
a
got to
donut
do the
from real.
weighted.
Yeah, I got to get the big weighted one because
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how we was.
We were young.
Yes, and that was
Can't
like a
figure
stick.
it
Yeah,
out.
many moons and many pounds ago.
Anybody else have any questions?
No, they do not.
You guys answered a few of them just with your responses, so you guys are doing a fine job.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you,
So
Marty.
how did you
What you want to tell everybody before we sign off, Marty?
Like and subscribe and follow the 40 Plus Double Dutch Club on our YouTube page, so you can stay up to date. And make sure you get the app. Jordan did a great job with our app. I got 2 people to subscribe to the app today. I didn't even have the app on my phone, so I had to put it on there. But yeah, I got it 2 people to the app today. So yeah, like and subscribe. Follow us on IG, Facebook, 40plusdoubledutchclub.org.
Good job, Monty.
So
Our next episode is coming up. We will be featuring our very own DJ Goldie
oh yes, right.
Lock.
Goldilocks is after me. I thought I was
That's our DJ, DJ Shelly Shells. So we will be featuring DJ Goldilocks. I am not sure if that feature is coming on next week because it's a holiday weekend, y'all. So it might be next week, but if not, it's going to be the week after that. But either way, stay tuned to our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. You will find out. Stay in touch with all of our info. We will be having the final episode of season 1 of our podcast featuring DJ Goldilocks. That is the next person you're going to see interviewed. I just don't know if it's next Monday or the Monday after. But trust and believe, it's coming.
But if you like and subscribe, you'll get the notifications.
That's right.
And this is the very last question. We'll end on this. Can men join?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, wow.
We
No.
got 4 rules. 4 rules,
Let's
people.
hear it.
No men, no kids, no pets, no stress. So, to answer your question, no. You must be a woman over 40 to join this sisterhood.
Thank you.
Thank you,
But
Marty.
Thanks, Marty.
And I'm going to do my famous thing that I always do.
She don't mean it. She doesn't mean it. We love you, Marty.
Y'all see Jordan put up that picture for the promo, so that's what I'm going to do.
We love you, Marty.
Oh,
No, you good.
okay.
Woo!
He's so
Marty.
silly. That was
You guys